Here's a financial risk most people are carrying right now, without recognizing it as a risk at all. They have one income stream, one employer, one paycheck, one source of money that makes everything in their financial life possible. Rent gets paid because of that one source. Groceries get bought because of that one source. Car payment, utilities, phone bill, streaming services, everything because of that one source. And if that one source disappears, everything stops immediately. That's not stability. That's a single point of failure. And in engineering, in technology, in business, a single point of failure is considered one of the most dangerous vulnerabilities a system can have. Yet in personal finance we call it a job, and we treat it like it's secure. Today we're talking about why single income dependence is one of the biggest unacknowledged financial risks most Americans carry, and what to do about it. Let's start with what the single income actually represents. Most people who rely on a single employer's paycheck are essentially running a business with one client. Think about it. A freelancer with one client isn't stable. They're one email away from losing everything. That's what most employees are. One meeting away from a layoff. One acquisition away from a restructuring. One economic downturn away from a reduction in force. The paycheck feels stable because it's regular. But regular isn't the same as secure. Regular means until it isn't. Let's look at some context. The Bureau of Labor Statistics tracks mass layoffs and job losses. During economic downturns, hundreds of thousands of jobs disappear in months. In 2020, over 20 million Americans lost jobs in a matter of weeks. In 2008, millions of people who had stable long-term employment found themselves suddenly without income. These aren't rare catastrophic events. They're recurring features of a market economy. And every single person who lost their job during those periods had a job the day before. They felt stable. They had a paycheck. They had one income stream. And overnight they had zero. The emergency fund helps. 3 to 6 months of expenses buys time. But 3 to 6 months goes by fast. Especially if the job market in your field is slow. Especially if you have dependents. Especially if the economic downturn affects your entire industry simultaneously. The emergency fund is critical. But a second income stream is better. Because a second income stream means a job loss is painful, not catastrophic. It means your financial life doesn't stop when one source of income stops. It means you have time, options, breathing room. That's real financial resilience. Now let's talk about what a second income stream actually looks like. Because for a lot of people, the phrase additional income stream conjures up images of quitting their job to start a business. Or a full side hustle operation requiring 10 hours a week. That's one version. But it's not the only version. Income streams exist on a spectrum. On one end, passive income that requires almost no ongoing time. On the other end, a second job or active side business. Most people should be somewhere in the middle, starting small and building over time. Let's walk through the categories. Category 1, investment income. Dividends from stocks. Interest from bonds. Rental income from real estate. This is the ultimate form of passive income, money that flows in without active work. The challenge? It requires capital to build. You need investments first. The income comes as the portfolio grows. For most people, this starts small and builds over years. But it's worth starting, because even a small dividend or interest income is a second stream, and it grows as the portfolio grows. Category 2, side income from skills you already have. This is the most accessible starting point for most people. What do you know how to do that other people would pay for? Write, design, code, consult, fix things, organize, freelancing, consulting, tutoring, coaching. These can generate meaningful income on 5 to 10 hours per week. Not a full-time business. A supplemental income stream. $500 to $1,000 extra per month from a skill you already have changes a financial situation dramatically. Category 3, digital and scalable income. Online courses, ebooks, YouTube revenue, affiliate marketing, print-on-demand products. These take time to build, sometimes significant time before generating real income. But once built, they continue generating without proportional ongoing effort. This is the income stream that excites people most, but also requires the most patience and consistency up front. Category 4, rental income. Renting a spare room. House hacking. Buying a multi-unit property and living in one unit while renting others. Renting storage space, parking, or equipment. Real estate-based income streams can be meaningful, but require capital and active management. The house hacking approach is particularly powerful for people who can access it, because rental income offsets mortgage costs while building equity simultaneously. Now let's talk about the psychological barrier. Most people with stable employment resist the idea of building additional income streams. What? Several reasons. 1. They feel disloyal to their employer. There's a social narrative that having a side income means you're not committed to your job. But your employer doesn't guarantee your employment indefinitely. You are not disloyal for protecting your own financial future. 2. They think they don't have time. And with demanding jobs, families, and lives, time is genuinely limited. But most people have more margin than they think. 5 to 7 hours per week, strategically applied, is enough to start building something. 3. They don't know where to start. This is the most legitimate barrier. The answer: start with skills you already have. Don't try to build something from scratch. Find someone willing to pay for what you already know how to do. That's the fastest path to a first dollar from a second stream. They think they'll do it later. After things calm down. After the kids are older. After the promotion. But the time to build financial resilience is before you need it. Not after a layoff letter. Not after a medical crisis drains the savings. The best time to diversify income is when the primary income is stable and there's no urgency. Because urgency, desperation, makes every decision harder and every option worse. Here's a simple framework for getting started. Step 1. Audit your skills. List everything you know how to do that other people would value. Professional skills, hobby skills, life experience, all of it. Step 2. Identify the fastest path to $1. Which skill on that list could generate income in the next 30 days? Freelancing and consulting, fastest. Digital products and content, slowest. Start with the fastest. Step 3. Take one action this week. Not this month. This week. Create a profile on a freelancing platform. Reach out to one potential client. Post one piece of content. List one thing for sale. One action. Step 4. Invest any additional income before lifestyle absorbs it. The goal of a second income stream isn't just more spending money. It's financial resilience. That means the second stream either builds the emergency fund or goes into investments, not into lifestyle inflation. Not yet. Step 5. Scale what works. Once the first stream is producing, double down on what's working. Increase hours. Raise rates. Add clients. Automate where possible. The first stream is proof of concept. Scaling it is where real income growth happens. Here's the bottom line. One income stream isn't stability. It's a vulnerability. The employer, no matter how good, has their own interests. Layoffs, restructuring, automation, economic pressures. They will make decisions based on what's best for the business. You need to make decisions based on what's best for your financial future. And the decision that protects that future most reliably? Never be completely dependent on one source. Build the second stream before you need it. Invest the proceeds. Create resilience. Because the people who get through economic shocks the best aren't the ones with the best jobs. They're the ones who built multiple ways to generate income. Hit like if this shifted your thinking on financial risk. Subscribe for the full series. Share this with someone who's been putting off their side hustle or second income because things feel stable enough. Stable enough isn't the same as secure. Build the second stream now. See you in the next one.